Good morning, everyone. While we're waiting for others to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe it's a glass of water, a hot cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home and you'd like to smudge, it's a good time to grab those items as we begin to ignite the healing within. If you don't have smudge at home, relatives, that's okay. I'm going to send you some cleansing, healing, and positive energy. It's another sunrise, another sunset. It's a different phase of the moon. And right now it's our opportunity to reflect on how we're feeling and what we need to move forward on our wellness path today. Aloha, kakahiaka, hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other Indigenous and underserved communities, and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m., where we will always breathe, stretch, and explore ways to integrate self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness Institute team members who are here with us. We have one of our counseling interns and truly an extraordinary woman, Odessa. Good morning, Odessa. How you doing? And to our relatives out there, I want to say good morning. We're so happy that you're here with us today, as we're all gathered in this circle of care where we can support each other in community-activated medicine. And our founder, Leah, she developed this phrase, which really is an understanding of what our Indigenous ancestors have always known, actually what all of our ancestors have always known, is the strength of our communities and for the survival of our people, for the betterment of our people. And really what community-activated medicine means is that the people are the medicine. And when we come together, we're here to hold space for each other. We're here to listen to each other with compassion and without judgment. We're here with open arms. This is a place that's safe for you to comment, to ask questions, to share your own cultural insights, your own personal insights, your own knowledge, your cultural knowledge, your wisdom. And if you're ready for it, it's even a place for you to allow yourself to be vulnerable. And sometimes being resilient and being strong means allowing yourself to put yourself out there when you feel safe to do so. So welcome, everyone. We also have our occupational therapist here with us, Claudia. Claudia has been in occupational therapy for a very long time. She's not only experienced, but a natural healer and a very, very compassionate person. So just know, relatives, each and every one of the HIR Wellness team members who are here with you right now, we are here to serve you in the way that the Creator's gifts have been bestowed upon us. And what I mean by that is we all have our own gifts. What are yours? Allow yourself to bring the beauty of who you are into this circle. And with that being said, let's do a check-in. How are you doing today, relatives? How are you? It's wonderful that you're here because it means you're allowing yourself a very, very, I think, important opportunity to give yourself a moment to take stock of how you are. And always, relatives, know you can check in beginning, middle, or end of the video whenever you're ready. But the reason that I ask how you're doing is because once you know authentically where you're at, whether you're having a good day or a horrible day or anything in between, then we can decide what it is we're going to do next on our paths. By the way, this path is yours and nobody else's. So you are the one who is able to determine. And if you don't know what it is you need or how it is that you're feeling, then let's take a moment for a body scan. Because physically, once we can pinpoint some of the ways that our body is feeling, then it can help us to understand what the rest of us might be feeling, the rest of ourselves, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, maybe financially, relationally, whatever it is. And if you want to, you can close your eyes, but you don't have to, and we're just gonna take a scan from head to toe if you like. Pay attention to areas where you might be feeling tension or discomfort, maybe even pain. I start at the top of my head, down to my forehead, my temples. I'm gonna rub these areas too. You don't have to, but I'm just gonna. And we're gonna work our way down to our jawline and our neck and our shoulders. They feeling tight? Are your shoulders up to your ears? Go ahead and relax them. We're gonna scan the chest. Is it tight, or does it feel neutral or good even? We're gonna work our way down to our tummy. Is your tummy empty? Maybe you're hungry. Perhaps your tummy's full from a good breakfast. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of indigestion. We're gonna work our way down to our hips. Do you feel any pain or tension there? Or does it feel neutral or good? We're gonna work our way down to our legs and our knees. Paying attention to the knees, the quads, our shins and our calves. My knees hurt. We're gonna go ahead and go towards our ankles, our heels, arches of our feet, and our toes. And we'll work our way back to our upper and lower back, our shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, and even our hands and our fingertips. Let's do 2 more scans. We're going to go ahead and scan our heart. Are there feelings or emotions that may be lying heavy there? Or does your heart feel full of love? Or does it feel light and free? And finally, let's take a moment to scan our thoughts, our emotions, our mind. Is there anything that kept you up late last night? Were you worried or anxious? Sad or scared? Feeling uncertain? Or does your mind feel rested and ready and invigorated for the day? And with that, let's go to the comments section. And again, relatives, I always encourage you to share if you feel ready to, if you feel comfortable to. This is a great place to do so because this is a very supporting CAM event, community activated medicine. We can talk about it. Again, judgment free, stigma free. That's what we're here for. We're normalizing mental health. We're normalizing the fact that we have issues, we have struggles, all of us. Even with a title like community healer, like I always say, I am not a shaman, I'm not a medicine woman. I wish I was, because that would be super cool. But that's not my path. My path here for you as a community healer is just to help you remember that you are a healer too. When we are in this circle, we all have that ability to heal. We also all have that ability to help others find their healing space within them. And it's like our founder Leah always says, it's not complicated, relatives. It's not. It seems like it. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. Sometimes the biggest thing that we can do to heal is just lead with love, and practice radical acts of self-love, of self-care, radical acts of self-compassion. And what I mean by that is just allow yourself to give yourself whatever it is that you need that serves your highest good. Sometimes our highest good is picking up the phone and talking to someone that we love, or someone who can support us. Maybe it's a doctor or a physician or a health practitioner. Sometimes radical self-love means looking in the mirror and not trash talking yourself for the first time in a long time. Sometimes self-love means taking a nap on the couch while falling asleep watching your favorite show. It might mean gratitude. It might mean hugging somebody that you love. Whatever self-care means to you, and it's infinite. We can access those actions at any time by first accessing how it is we authentically feel. Good, bad, and ugly. And it gets ugly, right, Rose? We know it gets ugly. And with that, let's go to some of our relatives' check-ins. Claudia says, good morning to everyone. Good morning, Claudia. Odessa says, I'm tired, physically and emotionally. I had a long day that left me tired and empty. Still feeling tired today and have a long day ahead. Knowing this, I will be trying to do little things to take care of myself. Reach out to support if need. Drink water, drink tea, eat well, and breathe. Thanks for sharing that, Odessa. And if you're in the office today, if you need a hug, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, Odessa. Karen says, good morning. How you doing today, Karen? Odessa says, glad to see you. Good to see you this morning. Glad you're here with us in this space. Claudia says, healing occurs naturally when we lean together, listen to each other, and allow each of our naturally gifted wisdoms to blend and shift us to what serves us best. Love it, Claudia. Thank you. Gwen, good morning. Gwen says, I'm totally on edge today. Going to breathe and go work out. Thank you for sharing, Gwen. And it sounds like you have a really good self-care plan today. Absolutely, breathing through it. And Gwen, we'll go through some tapping today, which is another relaxation technique. So if you're able to stick around, great. And if not, Gwen, just know all this week we're doing tapping, and that can really help you when you're on edge. Thanks for sharing, Gwen. Odessa says, good morning, Gwen. Good to see you this morning. Glad you are with us in this space. Love that you are supporting yourself today by being here, by breathing, and supporting your physical body. When we take care of our physical body, we take care of our mental body too. Indigo, good morning, Indigo, says, I'm sleepy because I tried a night without the hot flash medicine. So of course, I didn't sleep well. I don't want to take it every night though. Today, I'm taking my mom for a walk for the first time in a couple months. 70-degree day forecast today. Looking forward to seeing her. Thanks for sharing, Indigo. I get that feeling about your medicines. I get it. And I'm so glad to hear that you're going to go for, a walk in 70 degrees. Wow. So glad that you're doing that with your mom. Dom says, good morning. Good morning, Dom. How you doing? Do you want to check in? Let us know how you're doing. You can talk about it or reflect on it. Odessa says, good morning, Indigo. Sorry to hear that you didn't sleep well. Love that you get to be outside today in 70-degree weather. Being outside in nature is healing, and being outside with a loved one is healing. So you get the double whammy today, Indigo. Well, you get a triple whammy. Walk, nature, family. So with that, relatives, I'm excited about this morning's R&R. Remember, you can always check in at any time. You don't have to check in at the beginning of the videos. We're going to read some positive affirmation, Native Wisdom for White Minds by Ann Wilson Schaaf. And also Elder Don Coyes' Meditations with Native American Elders. But before we get into all that, I want to go over tapping, and I want to talk to you a little bit about grounding tools. So, when we're feeling on edge, when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling upset, when we're feeling uncertain, when we're feeling any of those feelings, there's some things that you can do, and you can put this in your medicine kit. We talk about medicine kits all the time. It's not a literal kit. I mean, I suppose it could be, because if you have physical things, you can go to those things when you need them. Your medicine kit has deep breathing techniques. It might, because you get to choose what's in your kit. It might have tapping techniques. It might be looking at different lunar phases. It might be gratitude. It might be going for a walk. It might be positive self-talk. It might be smudging. It might be laying tobacco. For me, it's hula. It's chanting. Your medicine kit is as big as you need it to be. It has infinite space. And in this kit, one of the things that I personally really love is a grounding stone, a stone. Some people call them anxiety stones. You might call them a healing stone. You might just call it a rock. But whatever you call it, one of the things that we can have that is important for us in our healing is being grounded. And now I'm going to ask Claudia, if you're still here with us, our occupational therapist, and Odessa, our counseling intern, to please give a commentary on why grounding is so important from your healing modality. But when we're mindful and, like holding on to something that's physical and tangible, it can really help to calm our anxiety. So for our relatives out there, if you are feeling stressed or anxious, that activates our amygdala. That's the part of our brain, the primordial part of our brain that basically has a function of survival. And when we go into that survival mode, we basically have three options that our body will do for us, and we really have little else. And that's to fight, that's flight, or that's to freeze. When we are in our amygdala, when the amygdala is working, that creates that hormone of cortisol. And I don't know if you've ever heard of cortisol, but that's the stress hormone. It's actually what's responsible for giving us belly fat. If we stress out too much, you might get get some belly fat. That's the way our body responds. So if you're suffering from anxiety, if you feel like your amygdala isn't working all the time and you're in a trauma, you're experiencing anxiety from trauma, or if you're stressed out, or if it's too hard to focus on breathing, a grounding tool. Look at this beautiful stone. I love it. It's smooth. It's beautiful. It's just this beautiful black stone. I'd love to hold on to a stone when I'm really stressed out. For my check-in this past week, my partner and his family, they lost their father and husband. It's been a really tough week for them, and trying to support has been hard. So I've been holding on to this rock or crystal. I have crystals at home too that I've been holding on to. Maybe for you, or if it's like one of your children, it might be a stuffed animal. It might be a figurine or something. It can really be anything. It's up to you. When you feel like you need it, you can simply just hold on to it, put your worries into it. Be aware of the texture, be aware of the weight. Notice what your hand feels like holding it. Maybe the temperature. You can close your eyes if you want to when you're holding it. And when you hold the stone, you can pay attention to your surroundings. Any sound. We tune out sound a lot, and a great way to ground is to listen to the sounds around us. Thinking in or outside the room, just be aware. You can also look at the stone, just paying attention to any of the cracks or grooves, the color or the smoothness or roughness of the stones. Are there any imperfections? And then we can bring our attention back to the physical sensation of the stone. Notice the feeling in our palms and fingers. That can help a busy mind. That can help bring us back to the present. And the present oddly enough, when we've experienced trauma, when we've experienced pain, I don't know if you feel this, relatives, but I know a lot of us do. It's like you're haunted by the past. It might be what you're thinking about. There might be something that triggers it. You might be driving along and see something that makes you think of something, that makes you think of the hurt. And next thing you know, you're driving and you're not even knowing what's around you. You're just deep in your head. You're deep in the trauma. That's why things like grounding tools can help us, because it brings us back. And when we've experienced pain and trauma, a lot of times we get stuck in the past. But then, the double whammy, we're also anxious about the future. Because we're worried, because if the pain hurt back then, what's the future going to bring? And then we start getting anxious about it, and then we don't trust, and then we're uncertain, and then next thing you know, we're sort of bouncing back and forth between the past and the future, and we're not present, and we're not even here in our bodies. We're living this haunted, out-of-body experience. And when you have that, things like a grounding stone or a crystal, or maybe it's a necklace that you carry that you can hold on to the pendant. That's just one thing for your medicine kit, relatives. Take it or leave it, and it's always there if you decide you need it. Let's go to the comments. Claudia says, I'm on day 2 of my aging backwards videos, releasing fascia. I'm being amazed by the shift to the good in my body, more energy and flexibility. It's awesome, Claudia. Keep us posted. Want to hear about it whenever you're here. Odessa says she'd love to hear more. Claudia says, what I've learned so far is that much of the stiffness we feel as we age is not muscles, but this thin film that sits between skin and muscle. That makes me think, relatives, I forgot to tell you, our elixir. What is your morning elixir? And the reason I thought about that when Claudia's talking about the stiffness in the body and that film between our muscle and our tissue and our skin can become inflamed very easy with sugar and salt. That's why I drink lots of turmeric and ginger tea. You just coin slice it. You don't even need to peel it. I peel it if it's not organic, and just throw it in a pot of boiling water. You can use the same roots over and over again. Boil it down. So that can be really helpful if your body feels acidic, or if you're feeling inflamed, if your joints are achy, if you're feeling like headachy or tired, sluggish. Check your inflammation. Try and cut down on the sugar if you can and the salt. You can't really see it because I got a red cup, but I got some organic ginger and organic turmeric. In Hawaii, we call turmeric olena. This is Hawaiian olena, by the way. I'm not going to drink it just yet. It seems hot. So if you care to relatives, share what's in your elixir this morning. You can always inspire other relatives to try something new or remember something they may have forgotten about. Odessa says that grounding can be helpful because it can bring us out of our heads, thoughts, and into our body. Many times we get caught up in our intense thoughts. They are loud and intense, and it is hard to not listen to them. We ground ourselves to bring us back to the present. This is a form of mindfulness. When we ground ourselves, we pay attention to our physical body. The thoughts will still be there, but we're not fixating on them. We can see them, acknowledge that they're there, and then bring self back to grounding. For the stone, making sure you are paying attention to how it feels when you hold on to the rock. Describing what it feels like to hold the rock, to slide it on your skin. You can also just squeeze it and breathe and focusing on the breath. Thoughts will still come and go. That's normal and that is okay. See them, acknowledge that they are there, and then go back to the breath and the stone. Love it, Odessa. Thank you. It's one of the things, relatives, if you're feeling a way that's not good, insecurity, anxiety, stress, anger, sadness, loneliness, emptiness, whatever it is, you can take a moment, and that's why these reflections are really good, to stop and be like, hey, how do I feel? Do a body scan if you need to, recognize how you feel, and you can sit with it. Now, you don't have to allow it to permeate. You can choose, all right, I'm feeling this way. I'm going to sit with this for a second. And if you're ready, release it. Or recognize it's there and just do what you need to do. Grounding tools, breathing, tapping, whatever you need. And remember, relatives, you get to choose what it is that you need. Claudia says when we're stressed, we lose our anchor point in space. We feel scattered, being sent in many directions. An object, usually with some weight, sitting on the floor, doing repetitive work, gives us a means to reconnect to our center. It gives us a point of reference. Thanks, Claudia. And what better than our gifts from Mother Earth? Maria, good morning. We're so glad you're here with us. Maria says, good morning. This is amazing. I've not attended a morning session yet. I know they're available. This is amazing. Miigwech for this. I'm really enjoying this. Maria, we're here for you Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Community activated medicine. That's what it's about. We're all healers in community activated medicine. We're healers for ourselves, and we can allow others to lean into us. We're doing it together, and that's awesome. Odessa says, Maria, thank you for joining us. Glad to hear that you're finding this helpful. Love the share, part of the healing. Yes, thank you, Maria. Maria says, this is really helping a lot of the feelings I'm having this week. Also, my daughter has anxiety. I'm going to take her to look for that object. Aw, it's beautiful, Maria. And Maria's got some coffee. That's good. Coffee's good for you. Well, it's kind of like, okay, so coffee is an antioxidant. And there's also different ways that you can have coffee as an antioxidant. Of course, when we add the sugars and the creams and things like that, the sweeteners, they can kind of balance it out, but it generally can be good for us. in certain amounts. And for some people, I can't drink coffee. I have panic attacks. I don't know why. I'll even drink 2 ounces and have a panic attack. I'm just one of those people. But it is actually very good for some people. Claudia says, I drank rose, mint, lavender tea. That sounds gorgeous. Rose is an outstanding antioxidant. It's excellent for the skin. Rose is pricey though. So I bet your tea cost a little bit more, maybe Claudia, than your other teas. Mint, excellent for digestion and invigorating the mind without the caffeine. And lavender for calming and relaxation. What a beautiful tea, Claudia. Odessa says, thank you for the share, Maria. Yes, any kind of object can be used with grounding. Mindfulness is not easy because we believe that this means our heads need to be empty of thought. However, it is the opposite. It is having our mind full of acknowledgement, seeing the thought, and then going back to doing the things we're doing. And Odessa says, remember, it is okay not to be okay. And with that, relatives, if you need to talk it out, if you need more emotional support, go to your medicine kit, your grounding tools, your breathing, your tapping, all that, your naps. And if you still need something, reach out to someone that you trust that you can talk to. Maybe it's a family member or a friend or a coworker. And you can also call our Cares Warm line. It's open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and you can call or text. Within 24 hours, you'll get a response by one of our Cares Warm counselors who will hold space for you. They will listen to you. Judgment-free, stigma-free. And not only can they provide you with emotional support and hold space for you, but they may be able to provide you with resources that can be helpful for you. You're not alone, relatives. And these aren't the only videos. I'm not the only person here in these videos, so check out our HIR Wellness Facebook page. Click on the video section. There's probably thousands of videos by now. So feel free. We have occupational therapy. We have group support. We have so much, relatives, so much. All right, so we're going to get into tapping. I just need to readjust here. I'm sitting on the floor. My knees hurt. My legs are asleep. So I need to stretch out a little bit. Okay, so tapping, what we're going to do is if you want to learn more details about it, feel free to watch any of the videos this week or since Wednesday last week. We're going to hit our meridian points, which are areas where energy is flowing through our bodies physiological, biological, and scientific fact. Our bodies make electricity. And so we have these different meridian points on our body that we're going to identify and we'll tap. Here's the points. With 1, 2, or 3 fingers, we're going to start at our eyebrows, right in the front. We'll tap for about 5 to 10 times on the bony part of our cheekbone, the bony part under our eye, above the lip below the nose, above the chin below the lip. Then we're going to do a knocking by where our sternum meets our rib cage. This is another area. We'll go to the other side. We'll lift the underarm. We can hit by the rib cage here on our side. You can tap or you can fist like this. We're going to go to the top of the head to tap. And then we have this line that goes across our hand. We'll tap on one side and we'll tap on the other side. So those are our meridians. Those are our tapping points for emotional freedom tapping, known as EFT. So I want you to think about a feeling that you're having today. For example, I have a super long day today. Wednesdays, I work about 15 to 16 hour days. Okay. So when I have a long day like this, I usually kind of am really tired, a little bit nervous. I feel like I'm spread thin and I have a lot to do. So my affirmation that I'm going to say, and all of us say this, we start with even though I am feeling, and then fill in the blank. So mine today is even though I am feeling tired and stressed about the day, I completely love and accept myself. Okay? So we're going to say, I'm going to type it in the comment section. Even though I am feeling, and then fill in the blank, I completely love. Actually, let's do I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Okay, so you can read it off the comment section if you need to. Now, this might sound some weird, like some strange stuff. The research is outstanding. There's a lot of peer-reviewed research on this very topic of tapping. There's foundations, organizations, and institutes that help with tapping. Why? Because it helps with trauma. Again, we're talking about the amygdala, that part of our brain that is focused on survival, the primordial part of our brain, the fight, flight, or freeze. When we're feeling trauma, stress, anxiety, we're just like in that survival mode. We want to get out of that mode. Okay, and we want to help our brains to focus more, logically, more getting out of that fight, flight, or freeze mode. That's what tapping can do for us. It can help to affirm things or reaffirm things that or give us the truths, right? Yesterday I was tapping about not feeling like I was enough. I have days where I wake up where I feel really insecure. It's just that's part of my trauma. And so today I don't feel so insecure. I feel great. But I am feeling stressed and spread thin. So are you ready, relatives? Whatever your feeling is, let's start with a hand. Take a deep breath. Even though I am feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Other hand. Take a deep breath. Even though I am feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Eyebrows. Breathe. Even though I am feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Brow or cheekbone. Even though I am feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under the eye, on the bone. Even though I'm feeling spread thin and tired today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under the nose. Even though I'm feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I am feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Take a deep breath. We're going to knock here in the rib cage and sternum. Even though I feel tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Other side. Even though I'm feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Up here under the rib cage, at the rib cage on the side. Even though I'm feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And on top, even though I'm feeling tired and spread thin today, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Take a deep breath and exhale. If you need to, roll the shoulders. If you need to, you can stretch the neck. Whatever you need. And if you feel like you went through one round, and you're not feeling more relaxed or more grounded, go through that again 2, 3, 4, 5 times. All right, before we go, relatives, I'll leave us with some native wisdom for white minds. Well, we're just getting, I think by the time we're done with this morning's R&R, you may have done about a dozen things, actions of self-care and wellness. Do a dozen more today if you can, or do one more, do 100 more, whatever you need. Okay, relatives, I'm gonna just, okay, I need to sit on the couch because I'm feeling a little bit just sore being on the floor that long. Civilization. The man who sat on the ground in his teepee meditating on life and its meaning, accepting the kinship of all creatures, and acknowledging unity with the universe of things, was infusing into his being the true essence of civilization. The kinship of all creatures. This was by Chief Luther Standing Bear Oglala Sioux, American Indian. How many of us believe that to be civilized means to possess things and technology, to espouse Western theology and belief systems, and to be educated in abstract thinking? Doesn't civilization mean, as Chief Luther Standing Bear has said, to accept our place in the kinship of all creatures and the unity with the universe? When we realize that we are indeed one with others, we become less willing to destroy them, because we understand that we are, in essence, destroying ourselves. Doesn't true civilization mean rising above petty differences and division and seeking the whole picture? Doesn't it mean having the humility to know that we are only part of it? If I revise my idea of what is civilized, I might come closer to my Creator. Always feel free to comment and reflect on that, relatives. But I'll leave the comments and reflections up to you today. Always, anytime. Today, February 24th, 2021, Don Koyas. But each of us must find out for himself or herself what their gift is so that they can use it in their life. Jimmy Jackson Ojibwe. The old people say everyone has a song to sing. This song is the reason we are on this earth. When we're doing what we came on this earth to do, we know true happiness. How will we know our song? Pray. Ask the great mystery, what is it you want me to do during my stay on this earth? Ask. He will tell you. Creator will even help you develop yourself to accomplish that mission. Great Spirit, help me find my song and let me sing it. Relatives, we all have a song that we're put here to sing. What is that song? And if you don't know, if you haven't yet found it, pray. However you do, to whoever you do. Maybe it's the universe. Maybe it's Creator. Maybe it's a deity or a god or a goddess. Maybe it's a Christian belief, whatever it is, whoever you pray to. Maybe it's just a reflection inside yourself. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Malamopono ikokino, take good, righteous care of your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit. Aloha nui, huge love to you all out there, relatives. Oh, one of our relatives, on Monday in their check-in mentioned that she was having surgery today. Please send out some healing energy to our relative. Before we go, there's a community survey link to this video. It's completely anonymous. It asks just a few questions. Please, relatives, take it. This is how we're able to keep our services completely free for you. Our founder, Leah, knew she never would charge a penny for healing. And this survey is the way that we do it. So please take it, relatives. Not only does it help us with our funding to keep services free, but it also helps us to understand how best to serve you. And that's what we're here for. We're passionate about walking alongside you on your healing path and journey. Ahui ho'akuno. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m., everyone. Aloha.